On YouTube today, and I saw that Ryan X Charles had posted a brand new video. The split transaction attack will poison ignorant wallets. This video puts a lot of information out there, and it's so much, in fact, that some of the information you just miss. Just whoosh right over it. So I'm gonna break down some of what he says, and we're just gonna kind of go piece by piece from the most important stuff to the least. Ryan's position is that we should not split the coins on purpose, but we should just keep them connected and replaying on each chain. He's very, very adamant about this.
It is actually very important that every wallet implements split protection.
And heavily warns people in his video about not splitting coins.
By receiving these split coins, those coins are only going to be valid on the ABC chain. If ABC loses, every transaction history that depends on that goes away. You may literally lose all of your money. I mean, the worst case here is actually that if by even spending some dust split coins, you actually lose all of your money if that chain dies.
What?
In fact, actually, if you read one of Craig's recent articles, he actually outlines a way that the miners on the SV side could actually steal those coins. And this is possible.
Oh, whoa. Did you see that?
There's a way that the miners on the SV side could actually steal those coins.
Did you see how fast that was? That's all he says on the subject. It was almost like it was designed to just be there but be ignored. Some information that maybe would be important to know on why you might lose all your money on both chains. What Ryan's talking about is one of the new proposed changes for the SV chain. I encourage you to go read it. The post that he is mentioning says this: the SV chain can send any transaction that includes a DSV illegal opcode, this is with DSV, in the main transaction to the first miner to discover a block as a miner fee. In this, if and when the dishonest miner on the ABC chain seeks to send out an invalid opcode to split the chain, they are really giving away any money they have on the SV chain to the miners that are mining the SV chain. So anyone who decides to split their coins with the illegal opcode will have their coins on the SV chain given back to the miners. They will be taken from the people who split their coins and redistributed to the miners on the SV chain. And of course, we all know who's going to be mining the SV chain.
There's a way that the miners on the SV side could actually steal those coins.
Craig actually tweeted about this a couple days prior. As a heads up, any DSV spend will eventually be blacklisted on SV. You support DSV, then you'll have an unspendable coin. Watch. 2 years. That is my limit for now. No sale unless this ends or remains Bitcoin. Was just blacklist the coins, make them unspendable, and then, they're effectively burned. But now the game is set where they're just redistributed back to the miners that are mining on the SV chain. The reason I'm making this video is because in Ryan's video, he was a bit unclear and seemed to suggest that the dangers were due to the fork, when in reality the theft is coming from the people who make SV, who are deciding to implement the rule that anyone that disagrees with them can have their coins stolen and redistributed back to the owners of the chain.
Just be aware of the poisonous nature of split transactions.
It's important to remember this, that during the whole video, that is the big threat, not the split. Normally, if there's a split, even without replay protection, users can still split, move them independently. Users can choose what they want to do. And even if one of the chains ends up dying, you still have your coins on the other chain. I really hope I don't have to go into why this is a bad thing, so we're just going to go on to the next topic.
Poisonous nature of split transactions.
Poisonous transactions. So why does Ryan call these poisonous transactions? 2 reasons. One is that split coins act like a virus. Not in the negative context if they hurt anything, but they spread rapidly. So if you have a split coin and it's combined as an input with other unsplit coins, all of the coins become split at that point. So it's spreading through the chain. And when he talks about split, he's talking about split with opcodes. And in the entirety of the video, what he fails to mention, and there's no way that Ryan doesn't know this, is that all new block rewards do the same thing. From the time to the fork onwards, all those coins can only exist on one chain. And if any of that mixes in with unsplit coins, those become split as well. So it's not something caused by users. It is a natural collapse of the replay. So there was no talk about the entire future of block rewards becoming poisonous. Ah! But is it really poisonous if it's a natural part of the system that all new coins and any manually split coins just mix up and turn the entire system into a non-replayable chain? So admitting that splitting naturally happens in the system, you're able to give it a negative connotation and call it poisonous. But saying something's poisonous makes it bad, right? Makes you automatically assume that that is bad. It strikes fear into your heart.
And you reject the poisonous transactions that might cause you to lose funds. Your transactions are poisoned. You should not. They're creating a problem for you. Be aware of the poisonous nature of split transactions. Find actually an attack that someone could do. Someone to attack the entire network during this situation. I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen. Somebody would probably do this just for the pleasure of screwing up people's wallets. You may literally lose all of your money. Your users could be attacked. This is the danger of using split transactions. And do not spend them. They're poison. For now, they're poison. We're going to put them in basically the same category as a double spend. That's criminal. You can't just pick one chain, or your wallet is going to be subject to attacks. The split transaction attack, fraudulent transactions, they're poison.
So far we've only talked about the things in the video that were just kind of skipped over, things that weren't meant to be talked about in detail. But I want to get to what the video is actually talking about, what the purpose of the video is. What is the intention behind making this?
So you do need, every single wallet literally needs to write software if you're going to continue to operate. And if you're the owner of an app or a wallet that deals with money that intends to operate during the fork, you can't just pick one chain.
Actually, we can pick, and I think that's the main issue here. The primary issue for SV right now is that if a split continues, if it spreads throughout the network, then most wallets and applications follow the ABC chain. The only wallets that I'm aware of that run Bitcoin SV would be Handcash and CentB, which both have heavy investment from nChain, who has invested in 3 companies, the third of which being the Money Button, Ryan's company. So as the network splits, SV will just stop being functional with most Bitcoin Cash services. So unless they can get everyone to adopt the no split philosophy, which could be more accurately said, support the SV philosophy, they're kind of dead in the water as far as being usable anywhere. So that's why there's so much urgency in this and other videos, is because if this doesn't happen, they'll have a very, 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 very hard time competing in any manner.
So you do need, every single wallet literally needs to write software if you're going to continue to operate. And if you're the owner of an app or a wallet that deals with money that intends to operate during the fork, you can't just pick one chain.
So Ryan, if you've made it to the end of this video, I have 2 questions for you. First of all, why did you word the coin theft in your video the way you did? You made it appear like DSV had a security flaw that allowed SV miners to steal their coins, and instead of saying, hey, you know, there's a new rule on the SV chain, if you use an opcode that we don't agree with, all your coins are stolen and then redistributed to the miners. My second question is, in all of your videos about poisonous transactions and why no one should ever dare receive split coins because they're poisonous, why did you never mention that on top of manually split coins, that new block rewards are also poisonous? The entire future of Bitcoin Cash from the fork onwards is poisonous. Was it because that it didn't fit an agenda?
Just be aware of the poisonous nature of split transactions.
I don't want to talk about people on my channel. I do it a lot on Twitter because I like to shitpost a little bit, but it's gotten to a point in the community where this split stuff is absolutely batshit crazy. And there's a fine line between omitting the truth and lying. And I think we should all be very careful moving forward on what kind of information we take in.